also block me. I'm actually blocked on Miss Red's live now because MT did that. And he kicked me out twice. And I feel it's only right that I discuss it, I address it, because I couldn't really get a word in. I think it was a setup. I don't... Unbiased live apparently getting removed from boxes. Exactly, Michael. I don't think it was Miss Red's fault, but I think Miss Red needs to control it. You know what I mean? That is her mod. I think, he's making her look bad because now that's what people are going to come out with, that she's being biased. Let's make it clear. It wasn't Miss Red that removed me. It was MT. He kicked me 3 times. But he's just making her look bad, though, isn't it? So... wasn't right what they done, no. I did speak to Luke. I hope he's okay with me saying this. I did speak to Luke, and Luke said he was going to, because it does need to stop, He wasn't taking sides, don't get me wrong, Luke. He wasn't. But I do speak to Luke. But he did say it wasn't Miss Red's fault, and I'm not blaming Miss Red because it wasn't her fault. Played that to his advantage. Yes, he did, life on the edge, At the end of the day, I wasn't going to mention it. He, like I said, I keep saying, and I'll say it again, he could have said that the White House represent me, Miss Red. That's all he could have said. But no, he decided to discuss something that he said he wasn't going to discuss. And the reason why he was going to block me is because, kick me out if I discussed it. But yeah, he discussed it and said that I was angry at one of his biggest gifters that sniped against me. But yet they did that with Michael, who was my biggest gifter, which you were, in the Rising Stars. They actually tried to look into his job. They actually did that. And Michael actually had to take it off his bio, what he does. And I'm not going to discuss that's Michael's business. But that's what he did. They came for him and his business. And MT, that's what you did. So let's get it correct, guys, okay? MT went for Michael's business, okay? On the Rising Stars. And does everyone remember that? I missed it. Yeah, does anyone remember them going for Michael, my biggest gifter, when I was doing the Rising Stars? Don't you slate Michael. I never slated Michael. What I've said, and Michael knows this, he's a flip-flop. He's got it in his name. But I also appreciate what you did in that box battle with, who was it with? Prince Brett, yeah. I just was really confused about Michael, but I've never slated Michael, never. So please don't start making up rumours, because if you say that I have, please show me the evidence, because all my people, everyone here knows I've never slated Michael. I just didn't understand why he left where he did, that's it. But I don't even think I talked about it on here. He's done a lot for me, Michael, you know what I mean? And I will always appreciate that. MT was vile. But do you get what I'm saying? And I would like MT to get into the box, because you actually came for Michael, my biggest gifter, MT, when we were doing the Rising Stars. You went for his business. You all went for his business. And he had to take it off his bio, because they all started to do a deep dive on him. So 100%, yes, you remember that, Linz. Thank you very much. So please, let's not have hypocrisy. Yes, they did. Thank you, Life on the Edge. And I forgot about that. I'm going to have to put a video out about that, because I totally forgot. Yes, he did. Yeah, people saying Red knew that she was starting trouble. It's not. Well, this is what MT's caused for Miss Red. Listen, I've never said it was Miss Red's fault, and it wasn't. But he's causing shit for her, because she's running an unbiased platform, an FYP. It was bad, wasn't it? Yes, what they did to Michael was bad. So if we want to get Sugar Bliss on here, so I can let her know what MT did to Michael. Want you and Red to fall out and pass it. Get MT in the box. Keep getting blocked. MT is welcome to come in the box and explain as to why he went for Michael's business. Here comes Lynn. And then we'll talk about the Ed footballer. What's that guy's name? Ed something, the one that got arrested. We will be discussing that also today. Hi, Linz.
Hello, you bastard.
About Sugar Bliss, because this is just about the MT situation and what she did on Miss Red's life. Hi, Linz.
Yeah, I was going to say it, Angie, because I remember that rightly, because it wasn't Michael just like a silent watcher at first, and then when you done the Risings, he gifted you big, and then all of a sudden they were all going on about like his business and stuff, and like I
Yes,
remember
yes,
because he used to have it like in his bio, and he had to take it down and everything,
he had
didn't
to
he?
take his bio down because they went for his business. Now, what I said on my platform about Sugar Bliss, and I'm not going to talk about Sugar Bliss on here, guys, but I'm just letting you know, it was banter. You know what I mean? I did feel that she did snipe me out. Maybe was being a little bit bitter, maybe because of the brat situation. You know, when I kicked her out of there. But it was banter. Listen, I'm not going to go for anyone's business, not like they did to Michael. Yeah, make that make sense, MT.
It's it's a double standards on this app, isn't it?
They were
Like, so
looking into me. Yes, they were looking into Michael.
Well, I thought, Ange, that you and that Alicia and them had a pact not to talk about one another anymore.
No, I know they're on their live, and they've said quite a lot about me on their live.
Yeah, I was watching it.
And
Absolutely
Alicia keeps
disgusting.
saying it's a retaliation. Retaliation to what, Alicia? I haven't spoken about you since Miss Red's live.
I swear to God, Ange, what they were saying about you was absolutely disgusting. I tried to get your
disgusting.
number to ring you.
Yeah,
They
did you
need to
record
have
it? Did you record it? Because I did record some of it.
they need to have respects. That's what they need to do. They were all going for your looks, everything. It's absolutely
Yeah.
disgusting. She's a little
This
bully.
is this
Yeah.
is how sad they are. They're literally they're watching your live, waiting for the filter to sleep so they can take screenshots to then put you on a fucking live and mock you. This is like, go on,
100%.
woman.
100%. It's absolutely disgusting the way they talk about people on this app.
Yeah, 100%. And listen, I've recorded some of it. Did you get any of it?
No, I only jumped in when that Alicia started talking. I thought, well, hang on now. She was what, you had a pact not to
Maybe you
talk
can
about
go
her.
away with the 300 little viewers. Everyone go and tell her I've got 1.2k. let me tell her. Angie.
Angie.
She tried to do the 12 o'clock slot knowing I'm doing it because you can't take over Miss Red.
Oh, so it's just changed that time to 12 now.
Yes.
Oh.
Look. I wanted to see that comment I made. Let me say again.
Oh no. Is she?
Spam the chat.
Yeah.
Did you watch the live? Did you, Linz?
You what, sorry?
Did you watch the live when they were on about Angie? Did you?
I've just seen a little bit because I've been busy. I've come out of hospital, so. Oh,
You
you
had to
go
say you had got 1.3k. Anyway, as we were discussing we're going to be talking about the Ed Matthews situation also, guys, because that's an important discussion to be talking about. But first, we're going to talk about the MT situation. If he would like to get into the box, he won't get blocked like he blocked me 3 times because he didn't want me to have a say. I want to ask MT why he went for Michael's business, because I didn't even go on the levels they went on. I didn't even go down that where they were doing deep dives on him. He had to take his bio off his business off his bio. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, and I'm sure Michael had to take a couple of his videos down as well. You know, that like sort of had his business and stuff on.
Yeah, and so MT, if you want to get into this box and explain why you went for Michael's business, and then crying about because you feel I've gone for Sugar Bliss's business when I really haven't. It was just banter. In fact, she's probably got more orders. Do you know what I mean?
And when I was like saying it was banter yesterday, a lot of people were at me saying, Lindsay, it wasn't that when you were crying when people were calling your workplace up and all that shit. Like, there's a difference between having a bit of banter on the internet than people literally emailing like me work to try and get me fired.
Oh,
like,
and
she
there's
owns the
Linz as
business.
well. Yeah, that happened to Linz as well. Yeah, what people were doing to Linz, trying to, with a job. What about EQ last night about Sugar Bliss? Yeah, EQ said a lot of things about Sugar Bliss last night, didn't she?
What did you say, like?
I think she said since she's eaten a sweet, she's been on the toilet. It's banter. Listen, I hope she's not upset, Sugar Bliss. I have nothing against her. Do you know what I mean? It was banter, but MT has made it so much worse. You know what I mean? Because he's continuing it. I understand that she is his biggest gifter, and that's the only reason he gives a shit.
Yeah, you've got to think, Angie, if she wasn't gifting him as much as what she has been, would he have this same energy?
So obviously, Mother Teresa doesn't want to come in their box and explain why he went for Michael's business and sitting there crying about Sugar Bliss's business. So okay then, MT. But let's not with the double standards. And another thing, Ziana is the one to watch. Can I also play this video, because this is important as well, is to what Torian called Ziana. Now, I get a lot of people don't really like Ziana. I don't know for what reason. I've not seen it. I don't know what your opinions are on it, Linz. But they did actually refer to her as the wrong turn.
The wrong turn? Why?
I don't know. I will play it, though.
Why is everyone going for it? I didn't understand, me. Like, because I was like in the comments.
They're talking about the shit I come out with, things that I come out when I'm intoxicated. They're coming out with it when they're sober. So make that make sense. If you're going to call me up on my behaviour, you better call yourself up on your own behaviour, because that is what you said about somebody, and I think that's quite nasty, really. I know, guys, you might think that's funny, but it wouldn't be funny if you were that person. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
Or they're sitting there shouting out, it's just double standards. So I'm going to play this video, guys. Let's have a look. There's a lot of noise in it. Oh, I must have recorded it. It's the way I recorded it. You can't hear that, can you? Can you hear it?
No, you can't really make it out, Ange.
Yeah, so basically going in on my looks, they also said to Ziana is like reminds them of the wrong turn. And then Torian said, looking at Ziana, she is quite, you wouldn't think she was so clever because the way she looks or something like that, she came out with.
Oh, what is wrong turn? Is that like a person off the TV? I thought wrong turn means she was like dodgy.
Yeah, it's basically incest. Isn't it?
Oh, right. So, sorry, no, I laughed at that. Yeah. Like, I thought they were talking about like being a...
Yeah, they're all like disabled. That's the only way I can put it, really.
Really?
I have to put it. Yeah, severely disabled, but they actually, do they eat people or something like this? I don't know. I don't want it. They all have selective memory and standards. They're a very, very bad element. It's a movie.
Oh, right. I'm going to have to Google it.
Yeah. Google it, because I don't know how to explain it, to be honest. To remove the background noise. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realise there was so much background noise in it, yeah. But obviously Mother Teresa wants to go on his platform and discuss it, then that's fine. I do have a recording. Someone just said they did record it. One sec. One sec. Give me a sec. Right, and then we'll talk about the Ed Matthews, guys. Think of Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, Hills Have Eyes, isn't it? It's the same thing, isn't it? Have you seen that, Linz? So that's what they're referring to. Absolutely, but it's severe bullying. It's horrible, you know, what they're coming out with. But everything gets saved into one of my files.
They're harsh. They're harsh, aren't they?
Yeah. Anyway, going back to the MT situation, I think it was very wrong that MT dinged me twice. And then he blocked me, so I can't actually watch Miss Red because I've got blocked. And that's because he shouldn't be blocking for his personal reasons, should he? You know what I mean?
Has he blocked you from Miss Red?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I got blocked. And then he didn't want to discuss something and then went up and discussed it. And, you know, Miss Red did say to him, why is everyone spamming the chat with white hearts? And then, of course, MT wanted to say his piece. He could have just said, well, it's for me. But he went on, because of Angie, she's trying to ruin someone's business, even though he did that to Michael, MT. And that's what he's come out with. But I'm finding it hard to believe that Miss Red didn't know, though, because obviously MT did say that he did speak to Miss Red, and they decided not to discuss the Sugar Bliss situation. So I think Miss Red would have known why people were spamming white hearts for MT. But his supporters don't know what they did to Mike. He did to Michael. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Of course, Red knew. Yeah, he did know. So yeah.
I didn't say
well,
that.
She must have known. She must have known because it was discussed with her. So no hate on her, but yeah, it was discussed not to mention it on her platform, which is fair enough. But it's not MT's platform, is it?
Nah, he's making it a lot worse. Like, he is dragging it on. Like,
yeah,
he's dragging it on.
I just don't like the way he talks to women, to be honest.
He's a bit of a control freak. Like, he just talks, like, he'll just talk and talk and talk and not let you even respond. Like, he doesn't show up.
MT came in the live like he was the host and said it was decided not to discuss it on Miss Fred's platform. Well, who is it for you to say that, MT? What's discussed on Miss Fred's platform? That is what he came in, so I assumed he spoke to Miss Fred about it. I don't know whether that's true or not, but who's he to say what gets discussed? And then he had to discuss it. And then he started it saying, oh, the white hearts are because of that, Angie, So obviously, you know, comes in.
Time to piss off.
Yeah. But like I said, my question to MT is, what about Michael's business? What you did to Michael? Because it was a lot worse, because you tried to destroy his business. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. The way he talks to women is a disgrace. The way he called me BICTCH, an old BICTCH at that. He needs to have a little bit of respect, you know, for women. I don't like men like that. You know that, guys. I'm not saying a woman should talk to a man like that either, but I never did that with MT. I never spoke to him, called him, the names or anything like that. So there was no need for that. Now, I can understand if I said it to him and attacked him, he's attacking me back, but that's not how it went. And, you know, I don't like men that talk to women like that. I'm very old school, obviously.
It's not right, Ange. A man should never talk to a woman like that. It's not right.
No one's blaming Miss Red. No one's saying it's Miss Red's fault. I'm just saying I got blocked. But the fact I couldn't really get to have my say, I'm saying it on my live. He was horrible to you, Ange. Exactly.
Could you imagine if you started name calling him first, though? They'd be like, you're this, you're that, so it's all right for him to, do you know what I mean?
Can you imagine if I started name calling him, started calling him names? Do you know what I mean? There'd be an outcry, an outpour, right? People saying, well,
I think it was absolutely shocking the way that you were just spoken to. If he had something to discuss with you, he should have spoke to you, but to start calling you, a bitch and etc. like that and think it was funny, that kind of shocked me for the victims that I work with on a daily basis. Like, if you're sticking up for this business and this lady, why would you treat another lady in that manner? The
only reason MT is sticking up for her is because she's his biggest gifter. It's all about money. But my question remains, MT. It remains. Why did you go to Michael's business and you sit there having a go saying that I'm going for her business when it was just banter? You actually done a deep dive on Michael. He actually took his business off his bio because of what you did, MT. So my question remains. Answer the question. Because he's watching.
And the worst thing is, Angie, Michael's business was it something to do like with mental health and stuff like that, helping people with mental health? Or
yeah, I don't want to say too much because that's Michael's business. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously he's become very private now because they went for his business. It was to do with mental health. It is to do with mental health, which is even more sad.
What?
Go for a business like that, yes. Yeah. I don't want to say too much because that's Michael's business. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of people knew about it anyway because I think he did put it in the comments what he did. Yeah. I didn't even know you didn't know that. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it was bad.
Can you explain a business of mental health? How can I explain this without telling everybody? Because I don't really want to be talking about Michael's business, personal stuff. How can I explain this, guys? Michael, is Michael in the chat? Do you mind if I reveal what you do, or if you don't want me to, I won't. No, I don't know if he's in here. Should I just try to say it? And Lindsay has spoken about it, hasn't he?
Yeah. I would just probably just wait and see what
Yeah,
he
no, I'm
says.
not going to
Oh,
say
here he is.
not for
It's
profit. Okay.
not-for-profit mental health support. Right, okay.
Yeah, Michael runs a mental
Non-profit.
health, a non-profit mental health company, or I don't know what you say. How do you call it?
Organisation.
Organisation. That's it. Yeah, that's what he runs, and that's what they went for. Yeah.
Well, that's disappointing. You know, I'm a mental health counsellor, and that just disgusts me. Disgusts me.
Yeah, and that's because he gifted me big. You know what I mean, on the Rising Stars. Fair play, Michael. Yeah, put all hearts for Michael, guys, because he does do. You know, he has got a good job there. You know what I mean. And it's non-profiting as well, guys. And you know what, Michael, if you put your business, I don't know if you want to put it back up on your bio where people can donate. Because listen, when I say donate, it is non-profiting. So everything goes towards, you know, what he's doing. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? But, you know, everyone needs donations. It's like, you know what, I like, what's the name? Blue Cross, right? RSPCA shit. Blue Cross, right? They just work on donations, but they still need money to help the animals, right? I'm possibly to blame for the Medic Michael thing. Oh, Alex,
Yep.
I know it was MT as well, because I remember MT was going for Michael on his platform. You know what I mean?
Alex, you bastard.
Yeah, Alex, you bugger. MT had a lot to say about it as well, do you know what I mean? So put green hearts for Michael, guys. And Michael, if you want to put your business back in the bio, it's entirely up to you. You know, people, and I'll donate because I've been saying it for a long time, but it's not in your bio. Not that I've seen. If you put it up there, if people do want to donate to it, please do.
Oh yeah, and because I remember you kept on asking him because you went to donate, but obviously you had to take it down, didn't he? And you were like asking him to put it back up. But
Yeah, I did message him. I don't know if he got it. That was ages ago, but I'm quite happy to donate Michael to that because he's done a lot for me, and you know what I mean. He's given me quite a lot. So yeah. I'm happy to do that, Michael. So do put it back on in your bio. And anyone that comes from mental health organisations, well, what can I say?
That's the whole problem about this app is there's so many mental health organisations on it. And like, it's not about awareness, it's about hitting like the mental health and what's going on. And so much is going on this app that's destroying mental health and just listening about Michael now. But why? Why? There's no clout in this world worth somebody's mental health or money. No, nothing is worth destroying somebody's mental health over.
No. And it's non-profiting as well. He doesn't make profit out of from it.
That's just shocking. Shocking.
So anyway, guys, I think we should we move on to the next subject, and that's of green hearts, guys, for Michael. He is a bit of a flip flop, but green hearts for him. Does flip flop around the app a bit. You bugger, Michael. Yes, and put that honestly, Michael. Put that back in your bio. Put that back in your bio, Michael. I'm speak, man. So then people can donate. Okay, so and like I said, once again, if you can't gift or donate, don't do it. Do you know what I mean? Only if you can. So should we talk about the next subject, guys? And that's the M situation we've kind of spoke about, but if people want to jump in the box and just have their discussion on it. Can I have my discussion because I was going to talk on it before MT kicked me out of Ms. Red's live. As you know, me and Pearl will be visiting M's in the kitchen. We'll have all the clout, 100%. So I haven't got anything bad to say about it because I don't want to turn around and say I'm not coming, that I can't come.
Andrew, you're going to the kitchen, really?
Yeah, me and Pearl.
Fucking hell.
Guys, no, listen, I'm going to be serious. I like him. I do see a lot of her and me, you know, with the drinking and stuff, and I don't have anything bad to say about her. I think she'll have a good laugh, and I'll be the judge when I go there, you know, what she's like when I come back. You know, I think she is misunderstood a lot. I think she does a lot of things. Yes, I get it. Yeah, she says things, so do I. She's done things, so have I. Right? And I do understand that, but she's harmless. She's sitting there not hurting anybody. Yeah, you might think, oh, she wastes the police ambulance time. I get it. I do get it. But she is harmless. She's not hurting goddamn anyway. That's just my opinion. Jane, Charlotte, and Lindsay can have a completely different opinion to me. If you got any shit.
I think she's just lonely. That's what's wrong with him. She needs a good friend, and that's what's the only thing wrong with him.
When me and Pearl go to see Ems, we'll have a laugh. She's someone I could have a good laugh with. Do you know what I mean? And I like her. And what Speedo? And I don't have no issue with Speedo either. But you know what I'm like. I'm very old school. I don't think a man should be talking to a woman like that. I think it's disgusting. And
I was shocked by him, man.
Yeah, and if he spat her, I haven't seen that, but I've been told that he spat over. That's even more disgusting. People might say, "Oh, but he's telling the truth," blah blah blah. But that's not the way to go about it. By spitting at someone and talking to them like it was so much control behind what he was saying. It was absolutely disgusting how he spoke to Ems, and I don't like that. And I've gone off him after that, to be honest with you. He should never ever talk to a woman like this. I'm getting angry now. See, actually, he should never talk to a woman like that ever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm totally understanding of M's situation. What I disagree with is the paramedics being spoken to in that manner, because their job is so difficult and so hard.
Yeah.
The abuse they get on a daily basis, and believe it or not, they suffer mental health as well. Like, they struggle as well, but they're still out there saving lives. So, I think Ems has to understand that. But I'm totally understanding of.
Yeah, and all these men that people, the Speedo keeps saying is how she treats, always end up back in her kitchen the next week, the week after. Now, it's not Speedo's business. It's how she talks to other men. Those other men decided to they know where the door is. They do not leave. They stay there for the clout, right? Now, if they're all there for the clout, you know what someone's like. Why are you still there if she's treated you so badly?
Yeah, again, it comes down to clout, doesn't it? Somebody's mental health comes down to clout again on this app. But is anybody actually considering the mental health issue going on?
Yeah. So I don't agree with what Speedo has said to her at all. And I know some people said, well, she said the truth, but there are ways to talk to people, and he spoke to her like a piece of shit, and that's not okay, and I do feel for her a little bit. I really do, because like I said, I do see a lot of her in me. I mean, she probably hate me saying that, but I do. No, she's not a child. She's 32, but she's still a single female on her own. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've got a soft spot for her. I like her. I think we'll have a laugh.
Yeah, I think the saddest bit was, Ange, when she was asking our viewers, shall I drink tonight? And she feels that she needs to drink in order to sort of give them entertainment. I think that's the saddest part.
And River, you've hit the nail on the head. Siri doesn't give a shit about her, what she does. He doesn't give a shit. Half the people don't. They just want to see Ems for the clout, the views. And listen, me and Pearl are going up for content, views, blah, blah, blah. But it's not just that. I think we'll have a laugh. I really do think we'll have a laugh. So don't ever think, we're just going up for bloody clout and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I think we'll have a good time then, you know what I mean? Yeah. And listen, you will, exactly. And I'll be the judge of her, do you know what I mean? Because, not that I've gone there to judge her, I'm not judging nobody, man. I'm just going to have a fucking laugh. You know what I'm saying? But I think she is under, what's that word? Misunderstood. I think, like I said, people just go back and have a lot to say about her because they want the views. You know what I mean? So anyways, if you want to talk about that, guys, I'm not having anyone bullying Emzo in the box, okay? Because we're not about that, okay? Because, mental health does matter. And we're going to talk about the other thing, which is Matthew Edwards. Is that right, his name?
Ed Matthews. What's he done? Because I've seen a few videos about him. What's he actually done?
Well, he got arrested. He has decided to take the law in his own hands, basically, and he's become a pedo hunter.
Right.
And what has he done? Did he not punch someone in the face?
I think he made someone eat dog food, didn't he?
Did he? You can't do that.
That now makes him the victim and takes that away from the actual victim. So when one of them gets attacked, that is taking it totally too far. As much as the world does not want these people in here, The minute the courts hear that he's been attacked, that's him a victim now, and that's totally taken away from the person that he was trying to, obviously, or trying to get at.
He's not a peddler hunter. He's just a person that's probably set out to get these peddlers and to teach them a lesson. You know what I mean? Because what he's doing is completely wrong. Because number one, he could be innocent. And I get what No Face is saying. Well, if they're talking to children, how they're innocent, I get what he's saying. But there was a case, like I said, with a boy that they put all over TikTok, right? They caught him, said, "You've been messaging a 14-year-old girl," and he goes, and he looks shocked. He looks scared. Right? Because they were quite aggressive with him. Bear in mind, this is all over TikTok. Well, I don't know now, but it was. And they found out this boy was only 13. He wasn't even 18.
What?
He was 13. Yep. Yep. So it can go wrong. So that's why we have a court system, right? And I do understand what Miss Red was saying, that a lot of them do get away, and some of them get away because of these goddamn peddler hunters out there that are actually ruining cases. But they're doing what they're doing for their own satisfaction. Is that the right word? Glory,
Yeah, and on clout as well, yeah.
Clout and all that. That's why a lot of these are doing it. You know, to put it all over social media. You can't put it all over social media without that person being found guilty in the eyes of the law. Now, my what I said was, if that guy walks, then fair enough. That's different. Monitor him. Keep an eye on him. Whatever you want to do. Fine. I'm not saying do it, though, guys. I don't want to criminalise myself here. I'm not saying go do that. Don't take the law in your own hands. But after the court, do you know what I mean? If this guy walks, it's someone you might want to monitor. You get what I'm saying? But you can't take the law in your own hands. It's that simple. You know, you could have evidence of me if I've bloody unalived someone. But I could be innocent. Why? Because you've seen a bit of evidence. Do you know what I mean? He's a clout chaser who's doing it for views. Yeah, a lot of things he does for views. And I think that's disgusting because you're talking about peddlers. Listen, if that happened to me, right, and I found out a peddler hunter, and it's making me mad to think about it because I've got a niece, she's only 13, right? And it's making me quite angry thinking about these peddler hunters doing this, right? Ruining a case where I had this court case, right? And it's been thrown out because of one of these peddler hunters. They can't do their goddamn job properly. I'd be fuming, absolutely fuming. Because yeah, he might walk, but what if he doesn't? Not all cases they do walk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're taking the justice away from the victims, aren't you, really?
You're taking that justice away from the victim. And what? Because you have dissatisfaction of just punching him in the face? Okay, what's happening? Got to happen in 2 weeks' time. He's still walking the street.
And that's
And he's going to continue doing what he's doing.
And he has been made a victim in the eyes of a court because he's been attacked. You know,
exactly. It's making me actually quite mad thinking about it, to be honest. I'd be absolutely fuming if Ed Matthews came along and ruined I've got this case and ruined it. You know what I mean? Plastering all over TikTok for the clout. That's how I would see it. This guy's doing it for the clout, for the views. He's actually using me for the clout because he's got this guy. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? It's actually making me mad. Dog feeding bait was, yeah. Do you know what I mean? After the court, 100% monitor the person if he walks free. But give it fucking go. You know what I mean? You just don't know. He might end up going to jail. Because, you know, every case is different, right? Someone goes to
Law is there for a reason,
they
isn't it?
argue with something, though. Well, that's the Coco. I've just given you one where it did go wrong, and the boy was only 14 years old. He was meeting a child, yes, but he was a child himself. He was meeting a 13-year-old girl, but he was 14. Yeah, and that's a case where it went wrong. So that's why we have a law, in my eyes. That's why we have a court system. You cannot take the law into your own hands. You know what I mean? You just can't. Because also they could walk free. You know what I mean? From court.
Well, Coco, I don't know why you're so shocked, because that's why the law is there for. Because, you know, if he got dealt with and convicted, then fair enough if people want to punch him in the face and make him make cat food after his conviction. But
yeah,
beforehand, you can't do it, unfortunately. As much as would love to give peddlers and, you know, force them to eat God knows what, but you can't do it legally.
And, you know, a lot of these, my friend is a barrister, right? And his brother, he's he was telling me, no, sorry, Fred, his brother was a barrister. Anyway, he was telling me that they're actually cracking down on a lot of these peddler hunters because they're actually destroying so many cases. And you've seen this, but a lot of these don't go to prison, but some of them do. What if that's your case that gets destroyed because of a peddler hunter? What if you had a really good case? And that guy would have gone to jail, but now he's walking the streets because of a peddler hunter, because a peddler hunter decides just to punch him in the face. But he's still going to walk
Angie,
3 weeks later, walk around the streets.
Angie, you've got to think as well, these victims, they've got, obviously the way they get interviewed by the police, they go through a lot of trauma just to give police a statement of what's happened. So, I was saying, we're taking the justice away, but you've got to understand what that poor, victims, police went through in order just to even give the police a statement of events anyways, do you know what I mean? And then all of that will just get thrown out.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get, like I said, some do get thrown out. I get what Miss Redder's where's Miss Redder's coming from, but some don't. Some do go to jail, and one case could be yours. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? You just don't know. But like I said, afterwards, 100%. I'm not saying people should, but obviously that's different. Monitor the guy, do you know what I mean? But just because you want your victory, you know what I mean? And then put on TikTok, and then, a month later, it's all forgotten, right? He's not a hunter. So I agree that he should have got arrested, 100%. 100%.
Punching him in the face and forcing him to eat dog food, that's not going to make him stop.
No.
No way on this earth.
Exactly.
It's just going to make him more sneaky to realise, well, wait a minute, I don't want to be caught again. So, I can understand frustration in so many people, because so many cases do not go through and they get flung out, But unfortunately, there's corruption everywhere, absolutely everywhere, and not everybody, gets a good ending to the victims don't get that.
And you know what? The who is it now? These peddler hunters that work off social media, they don't plaster onto social media. They don't want the clout or anything like that. They're the real peddler hunters.
100%.
They are the amazing ones, because they abide by what they should be abiding by. They don't want to destroy no case. They want to get the guy. They want to get this guy arrested and get it to court.
They want justice.
Yeah,
They want justice.
Yeah, because
not the clout.
a lot of them used to go live when they used to go and meet up with them and go and catch them. But a lot of them now have changed it where they're waiting for the conviction, and then they'll put the live out after the peddler's been convicted for it.
Yeah, the awareness afterwards is better.
That's it. Sorry, guys, I had a phone call. There's someone who was
Put the victim first, I think, and then see what the law does, and then go for it afterward if the law don't do what they should be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So, but don't take that justice away from that victim. You know what I mean? Because if you want your victory for an hour.
Yeah. Once the victim's got, their sort of ending, then put the awareness up, get it out there 100%, let everybody know that, you're not safe from this person.
Yeah, and if that person walks, you monitor that person, whatever, you know what I mean? I get it, you know what I mean? That's if they walk, you know what I mean? But there's a chance they could go to jail.
Sometimes you got to put your faith in the law. I've had to since Christmas, and now it's finally coming right for me,
And sometimes you have to fight with the justice system to make sure your victim is, getting what they need to get. And often enough, it is a great fight nowadays, isn't it?
100%, yeah.
I always used to watch those peddler hunters on their Facebook Live, but I haven't watched one in ages.
Yeah, I used to watch them.
A few people actually unalived themselves. I remember one, I think in the Northeast, was at a cost child online safety team. They stung a guy and then he unalived himself, I think a week later or something. And then because they put a post up saying that they had to take the live down because he'd unalived.
And somebody's right in the comments, jail time is not enough. It's not going to change their mindset. It's not going to make them better.
No, but there's nothing else. You know what I mean? There's nothing else you can do but jail time. You know what I mean? At least it puts them away. You know what I mean? Off the street.
Yeah, taking them off the street.
You might save that one person.
There should be more. There should be more. What?
Well, some states in America, they're doing that chemical castration and stuff.
I was just going to say that now, Linz, but I thought I'd be bananaed for saying it.
Yeah. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Ange. It was just a quick comment, really, with what's being discussed. Unfortunately, what happens a lot of the time when people from my era, so back in the 70s, 80s, when children had bad things happen to them, especially in children's homes, and the police start investigating now, and they're getting all the reports and things together from all the different victims and stuff. The court system fails them massively because they kind of set a criteria of what they will take to court and what they won't take to court. So even if somebody has been SA but not fully paid, that wouldn't enter into a plea. It would only be if a child had been fully paid, which would be part of that court case because it's deemed as worse than another child. And the way they work it is they don't work it based on the law how it is now. They base it on the law how it was when the offence happened, when it was very hush-hush. Nobody really talked about it. It didn't seem to be a thing. Like, everything's coming out now, but they aren't charged in, like, 2023-24 law. They're charged back in what the law was in 1986. And I just think it's absolutely vile that they do that. Because they should be made fully accountable. Yeah, they should be made accountable for what they did, because people who've been in that situation have lived through that trauma all the way through, and then the police are bringing it back up to try and recharge this man. He might have come back out, and then they want to put him inside again, so then they contact all the people who are in the relevant different homes and places like that, and the police bring back the trauma, and then they give you an A4 booklet and say, if you want to claim compensation, it's all the information in there, and they just leave you. And I just
I've seen that. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Like how, like, historical SA cases, they get charged of like the actual like crime of when it happened, like that. Like, I think as soon as you get charged, you should like go off like up-to-date laws, not off
absolutely
the 80s and 70s.
Absolutely agree, because that trauma has gone. A lot of Gen X kids have gone through that trauma and kept it because it was it was almost like dirty talking about it or even admitting it. Where it isn't now, a lot more people talk about it, which is fantastic, and a lot more people are now saying, this is happening or that's happening. But back in the day, it wasn't discussed, or you're lying, you're for attention or whatever. But when it's the most vulnerable children, in the children's homes, and they're being, abused by somebody who that's probably the only person that they actually trust in life. And they don't, and that's how the grooming starts, because you don't, at that age, you don't think it's wrong, and as you get older, you think, you doubt your self-worth, and, you're more, it's mortifying as you get older and you realise, that's what grooming was and whatnot. But they should absolutely be tarred from the date they get arrested, going forward. Get them in jail, and don't ever, why are these men coming back out and then the police getting them sent back down again for another 15 years? It's just because it happened in the 80s,
I mean, once a peddler, always a peddler, eh?
Absolutely. And with the children's homes, there were many females, which was an eye-opener, because you always associate it with men, and it's really not the case. There's a very high percentage of women, and it's just, I just wish there was more support
You know,
to
if you think,
people.
yeah, back in the 80s, 70s and all that, people were getting married, men were marrying 15, 16. You know, these celebrities that, you know, you got Elvis, you got, what's his name, that Jerry Lee Lewis married his cousin, she was 14. And it was kind of, in some way, I hate to say the word, accepted.
Yeah, like socially acceptable to do that,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It's weird.
Yeah, but people had relationships, you know, when you're in school and you're 15, 16, and your boyfriend's 18 and he drives a car and he can pick you up from school. Nobody ever questioned it.
Yeah, that's true. Hiya, Jack.
Right, I'm going to drop
Hey,
down,
Angie.
guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you later.
Can I just start by saying, love you, Ange. Think you're great. Love you, Linz. Think you're great. Shall, I don't really know you, sweetheart, but I shall give you a follow.
Oh, great. Thank you.
All I'm going to say is I was essayed by my father when I was 8 years old, and nobody believed that I was essayed until years later it came out when my father had passed away, and it's just traumatising that people don't actually believe you. I mean, I know I were only 8 years old, but my grandma, my dad's mum, who was a Jehovah's Witness at the time, she used to slap me round my head and tell me not to be so stupid. My granddad knew, but he daren't speak out because, sorry, trigger warning.
Hey, Angie, you okay?
My grandma used to put the poker in the fire and hit him round his back until he complied with her decision. And I do apologise, it was a trigger warning.
Trauma dumping.
It took many years of me telling my story before anybody believed me. And to this day now, I suffer really badly with my mental health, and it's all due to my childhood trauma.
Yeah.
It's not good, and it's not. I mean, even when I told my mum, she didn't believe me. One of my neighbours, it was, that called the police. And when the police came, they said they couldn't do anything because there were nobody else that would speak out for me, not even my sister and brother. So
Terrible.
it is hard. Like back in the day, it might not be as hard now, but it's hard for people to speak out.